So I'm Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Tonight, it'll be the Portland Trail Blazers up against the Thunder in Oklahoma City. Looking at the Thunder, one thing they've talked about, sustaining focus on the defensive end, allowing no easy.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Welcome, sports fans. Thanks for joining us. And with, well, guys, he's special, DA. Absolutely. Thanks. The Thunder went into free agency with a lot of question marks, but ended having a big summer.
Able to retain Paul George, and that was the first and largest key. Getting a player like Noel for cheap was also a big help for this group. The Thunder were at a fork in the road last season, but this team now as dangerous as ever.
Baliktad.
Portland starts out with the ball. The starters for the Portland Trail Blazers. Lillard and McCollum, the star-studded backcourt. Turner is out there with Aminu, and it's Nurkic in at the center, filling out the middle.
When you think about Billy Donovan, to me, he's a guy who values trust and building relationships with players. This guy is not a dictator. He wants to help players grow and develop, and that helps you win.
There's never been any question about George's three-point range. He just goes through stretches where he knocks down the three at a ridiculous rate.
Now, here's Nurkic. Lillard outside. Pass to McCollum. Screen by Nurkic. Just 5 to shoot. And the basket by McCollum.
Very well executed pick to give him all kinds of space to get that one off.
Screen by Adams to the wing on the left. Here's Grant. Oh, good on that one. And the Trailblazers going the other way. McCollum outside. Over in the corner, Turner. Screen by Nurkic. Stolen by George. Oh, and a fast break for Oklahoma City. Robertson dishes to Grant. Makes it off the glass.
Well, you love to see the physical advantages being put to use by Jeremy Grant. Just so long on the interior.
Lillard against Westbrook. Over in the corner, Turner. Nurkic a screen on George. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And he goes out of bounds. That one off Turner. Now about 2 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Lillard against Westbrook. Over Lillard. Again, Oklahoma City.
Boy, not a bad beginning. 3 for 4 from the floor. Pretty good start.
Outside Turner. Nurkic setting the pick for McCollum. Shoots. That went off the back iron and out.
Kicking himself on that one. That is the shot he wanted.
Well, that's usually money in the bank for that guy. Not sure how he missed that one.
Andre Robertson played power forward, Doris, at Colorado. He has slid all the way down to shooting guard in the NBA.
Well, I like that you used the word guarding. That is why Andre Robertson is in the NBA. He is an elite defensive player. He can guard across multiple positions. And you think about who he's matching up with on a night-by-night basis, whether it's 1s, 2s, or 3s. This is one of the more disruptive defenders we have ever seen.
Now McCollum, Paul George missing from long range. The dish to Lillard. Now, here's Aminu. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. And stolen by Lillard. McCollum kicks to Lillard. That gives them the lead.
And for someone who spends most of his time on the perimeter, Lillard's a terrific finisher inside. His moves to the basket aren't tentative. They are strong.
From 13, and that one is off. Trailblazers have gotten 4 of 6 field goal attempts to drop in the first quarter. Some solid defense from Grant.
And you can see the defender's afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times. He's on his way to the basket, but on that one, they were there.
Here's Lillard. Lillard again missing.
Maybe not that time, but he'll hit more than his share if he's left open.
And good that time. George has got 5.
But Kevin, that's not an easy play. Paul George is an extraordinary player. Keeps his eye on the bucket at all times.
So timeout called here, the first for Portland. And 6'7" swingman Andre Robertson out of the University of Colorado, one of the league's premier defensive specialists.
And Kevin, there's a reason he started for most of his career, and it has nothing to do with his shooting. Now returning from that ruptured patella tendon, will he regain that elite defensive form? Only time will tell.
Out there, an almost entirely new group here for Portland. Myers Leonard, he's checked in for Nurkic. Collins comes in for Al Farouk Aminu. Harkless is checked in for Evan Turner. And Curry subbed in for McCollum. Now here's Curry. Over in the corner, Harkless. Pocket 6. Collins setting the big for Harkless. On deep. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, I got a few minutes with Billy Donovan. I asked him about the challenge of this team, and he said those guys are really aware. They don't take bad shots or make mental errors. And that puts a lot of pressure on us to be just as efficient as they are. We must value our possessions and match them shot for shot. Kevin?
Thanks very much, David. And guys, do you see the strategy the coach laid out for him paying off?
Well, it's the right strategy, but it's tough to say whether they can pull it off. I mean, this is a team that shoots a high percentage even against the best defense.
I think they've got to make sure that they have aggressive but controlled closeouts to shooters. Any laziness at the defensive end will cost them.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
The shot and game clock separated by 4, and it's Noel missing. Portland leading. Lillard outside. Over in the corner, Harkless. Here's Collins. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Trailblazers out in front, up 2, and will return shortly. Paul George had that nasty broken leg back in 2014. He describes what inspired him to come back even stronger.
My inspiration really came from my mother. You know, her dealing with stroke, her dealing with really being down and out. You know, I saw her fight back. That was enough for me in my darkest days. I knew it was nothing to what my mom went through, and she came out perfectly fine. So.
Now, what a story. George worked hard to get back and is not disappointed in his return.
You know, recovering from a devastating injury is never easy, but George's perspective and commitment helped him to overcome it.
Neither team able to build much of a lead up to this point as we start the second quarter. And looking at what we've seen so far from the Trailblazers guys, what do you think?
I mean, an interesting first quarter. The pressure D seems to be causing a lot of turnovers.
Feels like they're getting a lot of deflections, hands-on basketballs, resulting into steals. This has been pretty to watch.
Here are the 5 Portland has to start the second quarter. Curry is out there with Stauskas. Then there's Mo Harkless. Then there's Myers Leonard. And it's Collins in at the 4. Gets the front of the rim and out. basket here gets them back in front.
And it's been a long time coming, pardon me. And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
The Thunder probably the best team in the league at creating extra opportunities.
And they do it in two ways, Kevin. They are a team that emphasizes offensive rebounds and forcing turnovers. So they make you feel them, and they make things happen with their activity.
It's Curry outside. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Outside, Felton. Sweet little floater. Felton has got lead up to 2 now for the Thunder.
Well, with that frame, outstanding by Ray Felton, working hard inside.
Curry past to Stauskas. Leonard with a screen on Schroeder. There's the pick. Back to Stauskas. Lets a floater go, and it's good on the layup. Stauskas has got it all tied up now for Portland.
I'll tell you, that's a graceful finish. Not just any old layup, the teardrop.
There's a screen by Noel. Henderson dishes to Felton. Such a wide open look. And the Thunder lead by 2.
Yeah, the assist has to go to the screen on that play. Gave him all the room he needed to rise and fire.
Curry kicks to Harkless. And it's blocked.
Well, persistent defense on the part of Patrick Patterson. This guy anticipates the shot and says, no, sir.
Second quarter play with almost 3 minutes gone. For 3, Stauskas. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in.
I don't think the pass could be better placed. That's a great assist.
The Thunder have gone 3 of 4 from the floor here in the second quarter. And first time out of the game called for Oklahoma City. And Doris, to try and improve the flow of the games, teams now have fewer timeouts. Players have to be faster about retaking the court after stoppages. I'm assuming you're like me, all good things, right?
I agree, Kevin, and I think what people don't know is the impetus from this actually came from the coaches themselves. Rick Carlisle said, listen, we need to pick up the pace of play because we'd like our games to fit in a certain time frame. And listen, when you've got the leadership at the top in Adam Silver, who always makes clear that game flow is one of his focuses and that this is an entertainment medium and let's please our fans, you're going to make the right choices.
The Thunder with the lead. And Roberson kicks to Adams. There's a good screen. Outside Westbrook. Sinks the three-pointer. Westbrook's got 7 points in the game.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Cullen passes to Nurkic. He dishes it to Stauskas. Let's go with the 3. That one misses. Now Oklahoma City takes it the other way. Outside Westbrook. Off target with his 3.
The defense not doing its job there. Left him wide open, and I'm sure he's kicking himself for not cashing in.
Nurkic setting the pick from McCollum. Dishes it to Nurkic. Second chance shot, and Adams sends it back.
Well, so good at anticipating when shots are going to go up. Steven Adams, terrific protecting the basket.
Westbrook against McCollum. Here's George. Off the left rim and out. Portland trailing here. Now the pass to Layman. Nurkic dishes to McCollum. Portland moving the ball around. Down to 5 on the shot clock. From deep three-point range, from beyond the arc, and then some. McCollum's got his second basket of the game. Guys, no one team gaining control early on.
Yeah, you look at the lead changes, 6 already.
And Adams kicks to George. And they come right back with their own three-pointer. And the Thunder lead by 2.
And that's how you answer back.
You can tell that was a little give good, get good. Executed well on the offensive end, connects on the deep threat.
Screen by Nurkic. Aminu with a screen on Grant. Stauskas inside the line. There's Nurkic putting it right back in. Nurkic has got the game tied up here for Portland.
Oh, a nice tip in to salvage the points from that missed shot.
And those second chance points can add up. There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. Adams, the pass to George. And the Thunder, another three.
Defensively, they just look out of sync, not closing out on the threes in time.
To the right side. Screen by Nurkic. Here's Stauskas. Again, the Trailblazers good for two.
Boy, the screen doing its job to perfection. One of the oldest plays in the book.
He got it! What a shot!
3 points at the buzzer.
An absolute miracle that one went in. A circus shot to end the quarter.
And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that has been very close so far. Thunder lead by 4. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thanks. Here with Coach Terry Stotts. Coach, it's a hard game so far. Going into the second half, what will you tell your team?
We just got to compete. Keep competing, trust each other, make plays.
All right, Coach. Thanks for your time. Back to Kevin.
All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to you, I guess, and not you.
Not him?
You.
Oh, her, for sure.
Them.
Yes.
This is Ernie Johnson. That's Kenny, that's Shaq. You're watching the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. A competitive matchup for Oklahoma City in the first quarter. They never trailed by more than 3 points, and it was neck and neck the entire period. There were a lot of positives for them to take away from the second quarter, where they came from behind to take a 4-point lead at the half. Kenny, let's get your take on Oklahoma City.
Well, so far they won the battle of assists. They played more patiently and very unselfish in the first half. Good shot selection and nice flow of offense.
Shaq, how do you think Portland played?
Second chance points are huge, and they only came because of their effort. Their work on the offensive glass is what's keeping them in the game. They definitely should try to continue to stay tough on the glass. It's been key so far.
And that'll do it for us. The third quarter about to begin with Kevin Harlan standing by. We'll catch you on the flip side, my brother.
And now the start of the second half. Neither side jumping out ahead through the first 2 quarters. It's been one outstanding game from George.
And through the first 2 quarters, he was dynamite from beyond.
Then I think, Greg, the key was the team was looking for him, right? They knew they had a hot hand, and they just kept going to it.
Oklahoma City leading by 4. Westbrook and Robertson are the backcourt pair. Grant is out there with Paul George, and it's at the 5 spot. That's Billy Donovan's 5 as we get going in the second half. And that one drops.
And Westbrook is a terror from the mid-range. Terrific at sticking it to the defense from that spot on the floor.
And Russell Westbrook, he is a standard bearer for the Jordan brand with his own signature shoe, Greg. Few players have ever been as competitive as Michael Jordan, but I think Westbrook may be in that conversation.
No doubt about it. The similarities don't end there. The surreal athleticism, the will to dominate, and that fire, finding grudges to motivate them to their highest level. I think there's a kinship in how MJ and Russ approach the game.
Now, here's Aminu. Paul George unable to get his shot to go. 5 on the clock. And Farouk Aminu gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Thunder leading by 4. Westbrook dishes to Grant. Feeds to Robertson. The kick out to Westbrook. And again, Oklahoma City with the triple.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
And looks like the illegal kick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
And that's a tough one. But on those illegal screen calls, the defender's never going to get the benefit of the doubt.
And that's true. The officials used to be pretty lenient on those, but not anymore.
And the Thunder making a switch here. Noel's checked in. Zach Collins checked in for the Trailblazers. And stolen by Lillard. And now running up the court, Lillard pushing it up. Over in the corner, Turner expanding his range. Portland no good that time either. The Thunder have gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. That bucket in no time at all. And it's 13 points for Paul George.
Well, Russell Westbrook has excelled at being a facilitator. You love when he's focused on making his teammates better.
Poked away. Collins takes to McCullough. Good D by Westbrook.
Boy, a little too casual on the layup. Temporary loss of focus, not good.
To Roberson. Wants to get it to Westbrook and does.
Well, you think back to a time when people wondered if Westbrook was too aggressive, playing with K. Russ was taking too many shots. No questions anymore. Westbrook is the man in OKC.
It's his first trip to the line.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That's good from Westbrook.
Wow, the fire, the passion. Russell Westbrook plays the game with such unbridled intensity. The relish he takes in competition on a nightly basis is special.
Arenas is checked in for the Thunder. Felton comes in for Roberson. The Trailblazers also changing it up. Myers Leonard, he's checked in for Aminu. Harkless comes in for Turner. And it's Seth Curry in for C.J. McCollum. Now a timeout called by Portland.
Yeah, you can't let this kind of run continue. Really need to go back to the basics.
No, exactly. I think it's impossible to let this momentum continue. Let's see what they can come up with in the timeout.
Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. Lillard, the pass to Curry. Kicks to Collins. There's a good screen. Now Harkless. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. No good again that time.
Tough start to the second half. Just 1-5. Wow.
Third quarter here, and 3 minutes have come off the clock. And there's the 3-second violation. Dennis Schroeder's checked in for Russell Westbrook. And the Trailblazers making a change here as well. Layman, he's checked in for Myers Leonard. Trailblazers trail by 11. Lillard with it. He has 7. Passes it to Layman. Knocks down the 3 ball. Layman's got himself on the board with 3 there.
And you see the leadership of Lillard in that sequence, keeping everyone involved, not looking to do it all himself, but creating for his teammates.
Here's a screen by Noel. Abrinas kicks it over to Schroeder. There's Noel. The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder. And the Thunder lead by 10. So much of being a scorer is finding ways to get open without the ball, of course, and there are a lot of guys that do that very well in the league right now.
Well, you think back to guys like Ray Allen, who have retired in the last 5 to 6 years. He was one of the all-time best. You think back to the Detroit Pistons teams and Rip Hamilton. They set the stage for today's generation. Guys like Klay Thompson and Kyle Korver, who are relentless in their motion and sometimes do it randomly. Outside of the context of the offense, they're just, because they've done it so often, the kind of movement they create puts tremendous stress on your defense.
Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over.
And Damian Lillard has always been an incredible scorer. His range and ability to create, let him carry the load on offense, and has also stepped up as a vocal leader for this team, has grown into that role the last few seasons.
For Oklahoma City, Patterson is checked in for Adams. Paul George comes in for Alex Abrinas. And Russell Westbrook subbed in for Raymond Felton. Now here's Westbrook, 17 points in the game. Out to the right wing. And it's Noel missing. And with Lillard and becoming a team leader, Greg, he's always been one to lead by example.
And when Lillard was the star of the team, players started to look at him as a mentor, realize the kind of effect he can have on his teammates, and that led him to opening up, inviting them to dinner and hanging out. It wasn't something he took to immediately, but he has shown he can not only be a franchise talent on the court, but off the court as well.
Trailblazers trail by 7. Layman kicks to Curry. The shot's good. Curry's got 5.
I think he's adding more toughness to his game. It's great to see Seth Curry stick with it and finish strong.
Lillard against Schroeder. Left side, George. 5 on the clock. On deep. And again, Oklahoma City, no good. Lillard outside. Outside Curry. Now here's Harkless. Patterson defending. Harkless with the screen for Curry. Here's Lillard, and the Trailblazers getting another bucket right there.
And he can score from all over the court, but Lillard at his best from mid-range. He deserves extra special attention from the defense in that in-between area, but sometimes, even then, that's not enough.
It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. Oklahoma City out in front. They lead by 3. And after a quick break, we're going to come right back with the start of the 4th quarter. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, not a highlight reel slam or alley-oop for that matter, but just a smart, sharp feed that led to the 3.
I'll take that all day, any day. A clean look at 3 in the NBA is always a great option.
We've got a great game on our hands as we welcome you back. The 4th quarter of action getting started. Trailblazers trail by 3. And on the floor for Portland, the incredible pair. Lillard and McCollum are at the 1 and 2. Al Farouk Amino is out there with Nurkic, and it's Turner in at the small forward position. Here's Nurkic, and the layup's good off the glass. Nurkic has got the 4th quarter started here with a bucket for the Trailblazers. Westbrook kicks to Patterson. Here's the screen.
Mega loud chanta.
No good from Grant.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
Oklahoma City has gone 6 of 12 from outside. A very nice 50% mark, shooting the 3-ball well.
Well, Jeremy Grant is becoming adept at how to finish the alley-oop. Devastates the defense with a terrific look.
It was beautiful the first time, but Under Armour showing us the replay of that tremendous alley-oop again. Another unleashed chaos moment. And Lillard kicks to McCullough. The feed to Turner. Screen by Nurkic. To tie it up. And the Trailblazers, another 3. About a minute and a half through the fourth quarter now. Our timeout called by Oklahoma City.
Evan Turner, the former number 2 pick out of Ohio State. You know, as a utility night for this team, he can wear a lot of different hats. His versatility might be his best trait.
For Oklahoma City, Adams comes in for Patrick Patterson, and it's Andre Robertson in for Dennis Schroeder. He gets a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, over that last break, Kevin, I got to listen to what Billy Donovan said to his team. He said, "This is what we play for, fellas. Let's knock them on their heels right out of the timeout. Show them how much you want it. Go get it." He really is fired up about this game.
And with Turner, as you mentioned, Greg, he can play both wing spots and does whatever you need from him on offense.
Well, you like when he's playing in the post and bullying small wings. Much better from that area of the floor than from outside. It also can act as a playmaker, very adept at running the pick and roll.
Good on the triple.
And really, as the three-pointers keep dropping, you get a sense that the frustration is mounting for the defense.
Pass to Westbrook. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Nails the baby hook. Westbrook's got 19 points.
When Westbrook's game is cooking like this, the opponents, you can see it in their body language, just shaking their heads going, oh boy, we got a problem here.
Starting by Nurkic. Back to McCollum, beyond the arc. The rebound by Grant. The Thunder have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Here's Roberson. He's guarded by McCollum. Screen by Adams. Westbrook kicks to George. Back to Westbrook. The 3-ball doesn't go that time. Now the Trailblazers take it the other way. Now here's McCollum. He's tightly guarded. He kicks to Lillard. Back to McCollum. Aminu dishes to Lillard. Up again. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Nurkic has got the lead up to 3 now for Portland.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Adams sets the pick for Grant. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
And the combination of athleticism and defense Grant brings is superb. A guy who you can depend on to compete.
Shooting 2. And he can't get the first one.
Well, I like how Jeremy Grant continues to work on his game. The jumper is coming along, and he remains an exceptional player.
And that trip coming up empty, missing both. Portland leading by 3. It's McCollum on the wing. He feeds it to Aminu. Fires from deep. The rebound by Steven Adams. Oklahoma City's gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. Westbrook against Lillard. Adams sets the pick for Westbrook. And again, no good by Oklahoma City.
Yeah, you love the solid screen, but what you hate is just the inability to finish.
You know, that's okay. I like it. Even though they miss, they still have to be happy with the shot selection.
And there's the foul. It's on Steven Adams. That is his first foul of the game. Now a timeout called by Portland. They're in front by 3. 1:22 left to play here in the fourth.
Shots have come against some tight D. That shows the level of his focus and consistency.
1:22 left here in the fourth quarter. It's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Oh, the officials are all over that.
2 shots, gentlemen.
First one drops, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. Second one is good. And both at the line, and it's a 5-point game.
2 possession. I mean, those were really important foul shots.
Here's Westbrook. That counts. He's put up 13 shots, and he's had 8 of those go in.
That is clutch. He's money. The game's in the balance. Russell Westbrook says it's my turn.
Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. The first, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 5-point game. 1:02 left to play in the final quarter. From 12 feet out, and he tries off the glass, but it's no good. And here's Portland. They're on a 14-6 run. Cullen passes to Nurkic. And Lillard gets to Aminu. And Grant sends it back.
Well, he's got to be a defensive stalwart. And Hermie Grant using his size to send it back.
Sinks the triple.
Wow, that is cold-blooded.
What a shot. He had no fear. I love it.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
I think that's a case of nerves right there, guys. That was a pretty bad decision.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. They're trailing by 2. 26 seconds left in the game. Dishes to Westbrook. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. And that's an intentional foul.
You have to foul, but I'm sure they would have liked to foul someone different.
First free throw is good, and that makes it a 3-point lead. So it gets them both, and it's a 4-point ballgame. Our timeout called by Oklahoma City. They're behind by 4. 19 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, what do you think?
It's going to be interesting to see what they draw up to get this quick shot.
Yeah, the clock is definitely not their friend, and they need to score fast.
Seconds left in the fourth quarter. It's good! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
He is the epitome of a team-first guy. Andre Robertson, effective as a screener.
And now an intentional foul. They need the ball back as soon as possible.
Yeah, you can't let them hold the ball. Just milk those last seconds away.
First one, and that makes it a 3-point lead. So he gets them both, and it's a 4-point ballgame. 15 seconds left in the fourth. Here's the dish to Adams. The pass to Westbrook. From outside the arc. Yes! And what a sensational bucket to bring them within 1.
Boy, Westbrook has really improved that perimeter game. He has honed it, and it is sharp.
Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over. They're ahead by 1. Just 2 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. We're going to prolong the game here with an intentional foul. First one, and that will put them up by 2. And so he drops them both. That's a 3-point game.
A bit of heroics at the line right there as he bumps their lead to 3 and makes things a little easier for them defensively.
And so the big win by Portland in a tight game. This win, such a tremendous emotional boost for him.
Really an accomplishment and crazy finish to take a road game like this and simply deflate an entire building.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. Damian, it looks like this team's progress can be measured by your improvement at the defensive end. Do we see that tonight?
We made some mistakes like every other basketball team does, but I think we did a great job of making adjustments. We got a little more physical. We did a great job of that.
And that led to a big win. Thanks for your time, man. Kevin?
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
Nagbibihis ka pa nga eh. Sabik naman to.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Great, everybody. Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Tonight we'll see the Los Angeles Lakers as they play against the Trailblazers out in Portland. For Portland, coming into tonight, a couple of goals they have. Stay aggressive on both ends, but all play with efficiency. It's a delicate balance, but they know it's the key to playing their best ball. And we're in the era of the point guard, one of the best here tonight in Damian Lillard. Kenny, how is he able to score so well in his size?
Lightning quick, on and off the ball. So that's difficult to guard. And when you're a deadly shooter in the clutch, what else do you need, Ernie?
Ernie, for the second time in this game's history, I'm going to give Kenny another compliment. Oh, man. He reminds me of Kenny because he needs very little room to get off a shot. And he finishes at a high rate in traffic, just like Mr. Smith.
I'll pass it inside the shack. I'll pass it inside the shack. And you know what happens there?
Checked it.
Nope, passed it inside to the fella for the dump.
Kevin Harlan as they get ready for the opening tip.
Another compliment.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Tama na si nanay.
It's a Western Conference matchup as the Los Angeles Lakers come into town in this game. The NBA on 2K Sports. Thanks for joining us this Sunday afternoon. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. DA will join us and with tip-off coming up, we've got just enough time to hear from our good friend David Aldridge on the sideline. DA, take it away.
Well, Kevin, we know today's players can really elevate, but it's the landings that create tremendous strain on the body. In fact, at least one team bans its veteran players from dunking in practice. Kevin, that is not a problem for me.
David, you're right. It takes a toll. Thank you. So the Lakers win the tip. And now the Lakers starting group. Ingram is out there with JaVale McGee. Then it's LeBron James. Then it's Rajon Rondo. And it's Caldwell Pope in at the 2-guard spot. McGee is screen. Rondo kicks to McGee. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2.
Yeah, good job to take it right at him.
Yeah, really left him no choice there, Greg. He had to foul and keep him from converting the easy bucket.
This is his first free throw of the game.
And he was 73% from the line a season ago, an average number in that regard.
You know, he really did excel at the stripe. I mean, they couldn't have asked for too much more from him when it came to knocking down free throws.
And he makes the first. Both free throws good from McGee.
Well, in case anybody doubted it, the Lakers are still a premier destination for free agents. I mean, L.A. is L.A. You have guys like Paul George saying publicly it's their dream to play for the Lakers, although Paul is from that area. Historically, the Lakers have done a good job making the most of the attraction of playing in L.A.
The Lakers on D, 4-point game. Nurkic setting the pick for Turner. Passes to Nurkic. Back to Turner. 6 to shoot. Screen by Nurkic. Off the screen. Shots good by Turner. First quarter, just over a minute played. Caldwell Pope outside. Here's the screen. He feeds it to LeBron. Against Caldwell Pope. McCollum left side. Pass to Turner. Nurkic a screen on Ingram. Shot clock at 5. From 20 feet out. Count that one. And so it's the Lakers with it. Here in the first quarter with about 2 minutes gone by. Caldwell Pope against McCollum. Over Aminu, and James with the basket on the assist by Caldwell Pope. LeBron's got his first points in this one. Los Angeles on D. Here's McCollum. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Yeah, good awareness there. He sees an opening and doesn't hesitate.
Well, it's a thing of beauty watching him attack the defense like that. I mean, they wanted no part of him on that layup.
Kicks it out to James. McGee a screen. Got a piece of it. Stolen by McCollum. Here's the 3. Trains the 3-pointer. McCollum's got 5 now.
Red hot so far, 4 for 4. Cooking with gas, couldn't draw it up any better.
And we've seen just how incredible McCollum can be when he is feeling it. One of the few guards in the league who gets everything to fall when his shot is on. It's why he can just erupt with huge scoring nights at any given time.
Man, you respect and appreciate how polished LeBron is inside. I mean, he really excels at creating opportunities for himself close to the rim.
Over in the corner, Turner. Nurkic against McGee. Nurkic kicks to Turner. Over James. The shot by Turner, no good. And with McCollum's explosiveness, Greg, you recall he put up 50 points in a game last season.
And how about he did so in under 30 minutes of floor time? McCollum, only the second player to ever achieve that mark. Helps he started with a 28-point first quarter. When he is locked in, he can put up points like nobody's business.
Well, LeBron making one of the biggest splashes over the summer, signing with the Lakers. And, Greg, it happened pretty fast.
And the Lakers front office had been recruiting LeBron hard. LeBron talked with Kobe about his time with the organization and what to expect before making his decision. Kobe's words seem to be a big factor for LeBron. Once again, the Mamba doing everything he can to help the Lakers.
Free throw drops for James. As we take a look at the power forward position, Clark, one you know very well, who are some of the more underrated guys at that power forward spot?
Wow, underrated. You always run into some interesting names when you think about underrated. I think a guy that perhaps has finally found himself with the talent that he came into the league with is James Johnson down in Miami. He does a little bit of everything, had one of his best seasons this past year. Taj Gibson, I think, is undervalued for what he brings in toughness, shooting, and defense.
Down it goes for his third basket in as many tries.
Your heads-up aggressive play right there. Saw the smaller man on him and took it straight to the basket.
A minute 42 left in the first quarter of the game. Leonard dishes to Stauskas. 18 feet out. Portland again missing.
Cannot give him that much room from mid-range. They got to feel lucky he didn't knock that one down.
Kuzma can't get it to go. Trailblazers trail by 3. Harkless the pass to Leonard. Shoots over Kuzma. No good off the back of the rim. The Lakers have gotten 4 of 6 field goal attempts to drop in the first quarter. LeBron kicks to Stevenson. Harkless with the steal. Ball against Curry. The dish to Leonard. Over LeBron. Here's Collins. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Collins has got his first 2 points.
And you just hate to give up those second chance points.
Yeah, those are back crushers. I mean, they really crack your back when you give teams second shots like that.
Now here's Harkless. He's guarded by Stevenson. Harkless with it. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. LeBron dishes to Stevenson. That doesn't go, and he's 0 of 1 from the field. Now here's Harkless. He's guarded by Stevenson. And the call will be against Lonzo Ball. That's his first foul. Stauskas got it off in time, but it's no good. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Lakers lead by 1. From Portland, we're back in a moment. LeBron James is the all-time leader in playoff field goals made.
I always feel like I got it. I always feel like I got in the clutch, no matter what's going on throughout the course of a game. Even when you're struggling at times or you're not shooting the ball particularly well, I just feel like it's going in.
And Greg, that's the type of confidence you got to have.
The words of a leader. James has proven time and time again that he's dangerous in late game situations.
We got a close game here as we get back to the second quarter. And from what we've seen so far from the Lakers, guys, what are your thoughts?
They've gotten to the line with tremendous consistency here through the first period.
Yeah, this is how you can keep the crowd quiet, though, Greg. I mean, methodically score at the line and take some of that energy away from the fans. They don't like to have the action stop in the opposing team scoring.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. So for the Lakers right now, they've got Kyle Kuzma. Hart is out there with Lonzo Ball. And it's LeBron James. And it's Beasley in at the 4 spot. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, of course, there's no shortage of storylines in Los Angeles. Now, last season, some people thought that Lakers coach Luke Walton had lost his players. The front office seems slow to come to his defense. Now, Walton was a high-profile hire from Golden State in 2016, and you wonder if the Lakers will remain committed to their young coach. They can't start winning more regularly. Kevin?
All right, David, thank you. LeBron passes the ball. Oh, and the jam by LeBron.
And there's no question that James is one of the best dunkers ever. A forceful finisher who loves showing off his athleticism.
And that last replay, courtesy of Under Armour. Another unleashed chaos moment. Harkless kicks to Collins. Here's Lehman. A three-pointer, no good. The Lakers have gone 1 of 3 to start out the second.
Oh! Hey! Ooh, wow. Yeah, this is just going to be a mismatch every time. LeBron just too fast, too powerful, and too big.
Ball with the bucket. And now a 5-point Los Angeles lead. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Lakers.
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
Yeah, the other thing, though, is they have attacked in the open floor. They're definitely getting a lot of easy ones that way.
So timeout called here, the first for Portland. And you look at Lonzo Ball, and mostly his offense stands out. But you know, Marquis is a strong defensive player as well.
Yeah, he really is. I mean, he's got a nice combination, Kevin, of strength and length, which allows him to stay in front and disrupt opposing players. Really good instincts on and off the ball, which I think is why he's able to come up with blocks and steals from this position. I don't think he gets enough credit for how good he is at the defensive end.
LeBron kicks the ball. Ron right side. Pocket 6. McGee is screen on Lillard. Ball. And he gets that one to go off the front iron. Ball's got 4 points in the quarter.
Fruitful possession. Just doing what they can to extend the lead.
Yeah, that's tremendous efficiency there. I mean, you like seeing them put together these types of plays.
Count it, and the Laker lead has been cut down to 5 on the bucket from McCollum.
Effective screen set there for the jump shot. That was the key to the play.
Ball dishes to James. Shot off the pit. That falls. Nice feed that time from Ball. James has got the lead back up to 7 now for Los Angeles. The Trailblazers have gone 2 of 6 from the field in the second quarter so far. Collins passes to Lillard. Over Ball. No good on the shot. So Los Angeles will take it the other way.
Solid rebound there. And with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
Yeah, another column in the stat sheet that hasn't gone in their favor. To climb back, they've got to put forth more effort.
Lehman kicks to Nurkic. Lillard, and it's blocked.
And Ball using those long arms to just swat away that shot. I love the hustle. Always nice to have a point guard who can block shots.
Plenty of daylight on that shot. Aminu's got his first 3 points of the game.
Sometimes trailing in the game, players get sucked into trying to make that home run play.
Yeah, trying to get it all back in a hurry. And you're right on that. But these threes they're taking have not helped. They're trying to catch fire. They've yet to find the match.
Here's Lehman. James covered. 5 to shoot. And that one misses from Lehman.
And I think all the credit goes to the defense there, Kevin. Exceptional job getting the shooter to rush that layup.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 coming from inside the paint.
Lillard against Ball. Now, here's Lillard. He's guarded closely from the top of the key. Misses off the right iron.
He's been wayward and just off about everything he's put up in this period.
And Ingram the bucket on the assist by Caldwell Pope. And now it's an 8-point Los Angeles lead.
And you have to love seeing Ingram knock down the mid-range J. A lethal scorer who nails these shots with consistency.
Here's Nurkic. McGee with the block. And And he gets it back. And there's going to be a foul. He definitely made contact with the ball, and in doing so also got the body. So we'll see free throws here. Portland shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one.
And they had a lot of success a season ago as a team, hitting about 80% of their free throws.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Free throw good. Nurkic. Not a different look now for Portland. Leonard, he's checked in for Aminu. Turner comes in for Jake Layman. And Curry subbed in for Damian Lillard. Big group substitution here for the Lakers. Kyle Kuzma's.
Very pleased with my individual performance right now, but not so pleased with how I'm trying to help our teammates. I got to do a better job of trying to get our teammates in the flow, as well as keep myself in a good group too. So hopefully I can do a better job of that in the second half.
We'll see how it goes. Thanks, LeBron. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
And now, the TV Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, you're watching the NBA halftime show on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson here at this beautiful table. This is a beautiful, beautiful table.
This is oak?
It is. It's, I think it's teak.
Oh, teak.
There's Shaq. There's Kenny.
Polished oak.
And it's teak. It's very nice. It's very nice.
You mean antique?
No, it's just teak.
I have an antique.
LeBron James putting in some incredible work. He had 14 points, 6 rebounds, and 1 assist. And taking a look at the Lakers, Shaq, what'd you think?
Well, Kenny should appreciate this. I love the ball movement. They were in sync as a unit, and their assist numbers were impressive. Anytime you get 5 players working together like that instead of one guy doing it alone, it's always going to be a boost. That's the primary reason they're in control of the game.
Kenny, let's get your insight on Portland.
I'd really like to see them attack the rim a little bit more. Change the game up, man. Generate some more easy baskets. Part of the reason they're behind is because they've been outclassed inside. They haven't been able to drive the ball, dish the ball. They need to pound it in the paint more if they want to win this basketball.
And that's going to do it for us here. The second half of action is coming your way.
And we welcome you back to a beautiful aerial view of the I-5 freeway as it flows over the Willamette River here in Portland, Oregon. Now the second half about to start up and begin any moment. What can you say? LeBron James, what an impressive effort today.
And I loved in that first half that they were patient, looked for good shots, and knocked them down.
Yeah, I liked how they took the initiative. They were really locked into what they wanted, not letting the defense dictate their shot selection.
All right, the second half beginning in just a moment. Clark, when you played, you were dominant inside. Are you surprised at how perimeter-oriented the game now has evolved into?
No, not really, Kevin, because of the three-point line and what it means. The game was created as a game of putting the ball in the basket. Initially, it was by getting the ball as close as you could to the basket with big guys and drives, and now with the three-point line, shooting has become a premium, and it's really one of the great elements of the game for me. And I love the way folks are playing it now.
Defensive rules have sure made a big difference in this game, haven't they? Lillard and McCollum, the star-studded backcourt. Al Farouk Amino is out there with Evan Turner, and it's Nurkic in at the 5, roaming the paint. That's the group on the floor for Portland. Ingram with the steal, and slam dunk by Ingram.
Really got to give props to Ingram for aggressively attacking the rim. Not many guys want to get in his path.
And Lillard kicks to McCollum. Dishes it to Aminu. There's the screen to the paint. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. James has a 2-pointer. And the lead now, double digits on that bucket. And now a 10-point Laker lead. Well, the grimace of pain tells it all. He's hurt, and let's hope he's okay.
And boy, when you see someone hurting like this, it's always scary.
You're exactly right, Greg. I mean, with the way it looks, what we have to hope for now is that somehow it's not a long-term issue.
And the Lakers making a change here. Beasley's checked in. Outside Turner. Nurkic setting the pick for McCollum. Screen by Nurkic. And Aminu kicks to McCollum. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. McCollum's got 10 points.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
They set the pick. McGee is screen on Lillard. Rondo drives in. Great D that time from Nurkic. Trailblazers trail by 7. Turner with it. He's picked up by Rondo. Turner dishes to Lillard. Pass to Nurkic. McCollum outside. Just 5 on the clock. And Turner kicks to Nurkic. Misses off the left eye. Lakers leading by 7. And the length and wingspan of Brandon Ingram gives him, Clark, so many advantages on the court.
Yeah, it's actually what GMs and coaches like to see. His reach and size comparable to guys like KD and Giannis. Bothers shots on defense, and he can actually get his shot whenever he wants to because of his length. His upside as a player on both ends, I think, is what's exciting for the Lakers.
He is just really almost playing for the other team. The shooting has just been poor.
And the shot goes down.
Yeah, that's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over.
Yeah, the amount of points they've given up here in the paint, that's what they got to talk about.
Absolutely, Greg. I mean, they're getting crushed, killed, hammered, pulverized in the post.
So for the Trailblazers, Zach Collins checked in for Nurkic. Reese Harkless comes in for Al-Farouq Aminu. And Stauskas subbed in for Evan Turner. The Lakers also making some changes. Kyle Kuzma's checked in for JaVale McGee. And Stevenson comes in for Michael Beasley. And Hart subbed in for Kentavious Caldwell Pope. On the wing, Stevenson. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Lakers passing it around. From beyond the arc. A shot off that time. And the Trailblazers going the other way. Moment here now for an injury report. An update on LeBron from David Aldridge. What'd you find out, David?
Well, guys, I was able to talk with the head athletic trainer of the Lakers about his status, and the news is pretty good. It does not look like a severe injury. Coming back tonight is not an option for him, and they are hoping he won't have to miss too much time. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thanks for checking in and letting us know how he's doing.
And let's just hope that he doesn't have any setbacks during his recovery.
Yeah, I'm with you there, guys. One thing we know is that he's not going to let it get him down. I mean, it'll only motivate him to work harder to get back as soon as possible.
And it's blocked, and he gets it back. They can use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, guys, Kyle Kuzma had a tough upbringing in Flint, Michigan. He said they had the recession, lead in the water. It was like an urban war zone. We probably moved 14 times before I was 16. Basketball was my key. His drive to succeed in the NBA was born of a desire to escape that environment. Kevin?
A tremendous work ethic, David. Thank you.
Nice touch there near the hoop.
McCollum outside. Harkless kicks to McCollum. Oh, good on the triple. Los Angeles leading by 9. Stevenson left side. Leonard, he's checked in for the Trailblazers. Curry comes in for Lillard. And the Lakers also making a change. Ball's checked in. Here's Stevenson. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Out of bounds, Portland takes possession. Ball against Curry. Leonard the pass to Harkless. He's looking for Leonard and finds him. That shot missing.
A good job by him on the glass here tonight. +8 in that department.
And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact and he'll shoot 2.
Yeah, easy call.
Yeah, you can hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
For Los Angeles, they have hit all 4 of their chances so far in this one.
Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one drops. Jake Lehman's checked in for Zach Collins. Good as he hits both of his shots. Here's Curry. Guys, their comeback bid had better get started.
I don't know, guys. It's going to take a pretty big run to get back in this one.
Stauskas kicks to Harkless. Fade away. Here's Leonard. And terrific work on the offensive glass, and he picks up 2.
Really nice job to convert the putback opportunity there. I mean, he stayed with that play from start to finish. That's something we say about him a lot.
You know, no matter what you throw at him, this kid is unflappable. He's muscling through defensive contact and still scoring. That's impressive.
With 1 on the clock, and no good trying to get that one. And so it's lost. Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter. Their shooting has been the big key. The percentage from the field so far has been terrific. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
For me, next to the big-time alley-oops and monster throwdowns, passes like that are probably the next best thing when it comes to sweet-looking NBA highlights.
And thanks again for joining us. Let's see what happens here in the 4th. Lakers lead by 11. And on the court for the Lakers to start the 4th. Kyle Kuzma is out there with Lance Stevenson. Then it's Ball. And there's JaVale McGee. And it's Hart in at the 2 spot. Here's Ball. Sinks that one from the post. Ball's got the first points up on the board here in the 4th for the Lakers. Blazers on offense. Curry kicks to Turner. They set the pick. To the inside. Stolen by McGee. Ball against Turner. Now, here's Ball. Tight defense on him. Kuzma with the screen for Stevenson. Shot clock at 6. The shot's good from Kuzma.
Boy, you're asking for trouble anytime you let Kuzma get established inside. This guy knows how to score against tough defense.
Just over a minute played here in the 4th. Curry kicks to Lehman. Leonard with the screen on Stevenson. Lehman gets the bucket.
And that's what you give up when you don't fight over the screen.
Yeah, I agree with you wholeheartedly. I mean, not a lot of effort put forth on defense there. I mean, I think he's definitely got to play up on him more and off the screen in that situation.
Stevenson kicks it the ball. Feeds it to Stevenson. McGee sets the pick for Stevenson. High arcing shot. It's good. And the Lakers lead by 14.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Now a timeout called by Portland.
Lance Stevenson, man, I could say a ton about this guy, but he is a player who thrives in chaos. Broken plays, odd situations. Those are where Lance is at his best. I mean, he likes to play as a freestyler, and he excels in that capacity.
Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for the Trailblazers. Damian Lillard comes in for Jake Layman. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, he's checked in for Los Angeles. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear Terry Stotts talk to his team during that timeout, and he was emphatic. He said, we are not going to win this game playing this way, fellas. You've got to step it up. You've got to get aggressive. You've got to battle to get back in this thing. See if that pep talk got him going, guys.
Thanks so much, David. He used that pick to perfection. 6 points for Damian Lillard. And with Lance Stevenson, sometimes he'll pull off an improvised play, Clark, that just drops your jaw.
Yeah, he's one of the most instinctive players I've ever seen. I mean, he does do some things that that cause you to pull your hair out if you have any. But this guy is competitive, great size, and he ignites a team because he can do a lot of things to help you win.
The Trailblazers making a switch here. McCollum's checked in. The Lakers also changing it up. Ingram, he's checked in for Hart. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Ball. Shot at 2 for 3. Ingram, good on the triple.
Yeah, first and foremost, he's a pass-first team player, is Caldwell-Pope. Loving that.
Trailblazers trail by 17. And Lillard kicks to McCollum. And McCollum with the slam.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
And guys, I like the fact that he chose the one-hand tomahawk slam because you get a little higher when you go off one hand and 1 foot.
Lillard against Rondo. Offensive rebound. Aminu against Kuzma. Back to Rondo. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist.
Just terrific determination. First compiling the lead and now building on it.
And that's what you want to do. I mean, you can't let the opposition off the hook here. I mean, you've got to keep adding to that lead.
Stolen by Caldwell-Pope. Aminu misses. Lakers leading by 17. Pass to Kuzma. We've got 1:28 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Fires for 3. Another miss by Rondo. The Trailblazers have gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority. Very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for the Lakers.
The differential in assists led to a lot of open looks and also helped to get more guys involved in the offense easy.
And they made the defense adjust, but they just couldn't come up with an answer.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for LeBron.
Just an outpouring of points from him. Nobody could do much to keep him from dropping it in.
Nurkic kicks to McCollum. Screen by Nurkic. Shoots over McGee, and it falls over the rim and in.
This is not the team we've been watching for most of the night.
Well, hopefully they can ride this momentum into the next game because this one is done. Over. Fine.
Kuzma can't get it to go.
That's what we're talking about in terms of the activity level defensively. You got to protect the rim.
Textbook defense all around. Nice job at contesting the shot without fouling, and that's how you do it. Well done.
Outside Rondo, and so it's the Lakers taking care of business here. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, a pretty hostile environment.
It really was. You know, it's never going to be easy on the road, but they didn't have too many problems with that tonight.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
very much. LeBron, what was the defensive focus individually and as a team, and how do you think you guys executed?
It's a tough team to guard off the bounce. They're so athletic, they're so quick, but it was a good job by all of us defensively, and it's always good to get a win on the road.
Road wins do tend to be more precious. Thanks, LeBron. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Ulmer, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.
Oh! I got your help. I'm open.